Not on it as much as I used to be. I'm off the dating apps. Soul searching, man. I told you. I don't need my phone anymore. I'm soul searching.
Check. Everybody's in the house?
Present.
The roof. Gotta do some vocal exercises.
The roof is on fire.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
That was really good.
Welcome back to another Feeling Your Passion podcast. Just threw you right into it. Spenny is not ready.
Where's our piece of paper?
Is this live? Are people watching us right now?
Yeah. You're a live Q&A
people
here
watching
with
us?
Spenser Wilton. Just two people.
Yep. Me and you. That's all we need.
We have Spenser Wilton back in the house. Spenser is a multi-discipline motorcycle enthusiast. Is it a good way to describe it?
Yeah. That's better than the last one.
Athlete, and what did I say last time?
I don't know. YouTuber cross, dirt biker cross, bachelor. I don't know.
Yeah. Right now, he is a multi-discipline motorcycle enthusiast with a little bit of soul searching in his future.
Lots of soul searching lately.
Spenny, we're stoked to have you back. And as always, Tristan.
Hello. Always for the third time.
I think it was 3 times becomes a habit.
Think so.
Or is that 30 days?
I don't know.
I think it's 30 days.
30 days sounds like a problem.
30 days to form a habit.
Sorry.
Tristan's been around longer than 30 days, so he's consistent.
I got
habit.
30 days left. That's it.
Anyways, Spenser, we haven't seen you in... When was he on last? A
Like
year?
banner time.
Minute, but
Like a
I have
year
a
ago?
feeling this one's going to get real funny.
You've been traveling... For those who don't know, you've been traveling the world. You've been riding e-bikes, but
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe them. They're their own bike, one-off bikes. There's like 8 of them, right?
Yeah, well, the Stark, I'm riding the Stark right now, and you can get those, but last year I was on the prototype, which was pretty cool. But this year we're on the Stark, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bike.
We were just out there looking at it. I'd seen one briefly, but I don't want to ride it.
I don't want you to ride it.
I want to ride it.
It looks terrifying.
I know what it does to me, and
Like, comfortably.
it's scary.
Yeah, but your like natural instinct is you know how to bang through gears and you give it all the throttle in certain
Yeah.
gears. You can't do that on that. You got to think. You can't get
It's
on and
only
just
one.
roll it
Right.
to the wood.
It's like
Yeah.
a Suron on lots of steroids.
Yeah, like supercharged. Huh?
Yeah.
How,
Think that just offended Spencer?
yeah, a little bit.
Dude, it was pretty funny. I was downtown the other night, and this kid that like kind of knows I bike, he's like, "Hey, dude, let me come ride your Suron one time." And it was just like, it was just like the worst. Like, I just was like, oh man, like these guys really think I'm just out there riding Suron.
Spencer's a Suron kid.
Yeah, they think I'm a Suron kid.
It's like this. What is it? Aren't they like 80 horsepower or something?
Yeah. It's anywhere from 0 to 80 horsepower.
Yeah, that ain't no sir.
That was going to be my first question was, so you can obviously like change the horsepower. What are you leaving it in?
So I tried to do a hill climb 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll put it on whatever. I put it on 70 horse. Dude, I couldn't ride it. It's too fast. It was just wheeling everywhere. It's like way too much power. 80 horsepower, when you click it into 80 horsepower, it comes up with like a warning label, and it goes, are you sure you'd like to select 80 horsepower? We don't recommend you riding it at this.
Is
Like,
there a
it's
medic? Is there a medic on site?
Like have an ambulance on standby.
I remember seeing an Instagram reel that was like, the guy put it into 80 and he was like, they were not kidding.
Yeah, it's insane.
What's
Like,
the low? So you can set it to like 10?
Yeah,
even?
you can set it at 10.
That's kind of cool.
I've been
man.
riding it at like 50 to 56, like right in that range. And that's like a little bit less than a 450, kind of like with 350.
Yeah.
But it's different because it's instant power all the time. So it's like, I haven't rode it for a couple days, and then I went and did some moto on it, and I like got such bad arm pump because it's just like, it's constantly just pulling out of your arms. Like it's always pulling on your arms. Whereas like a gas bike is like a bit more, like doesn't yank as hard.
Right.
It just
Well, you can
has
ease
so much
in.
torque.
You can ease in on.
Yeah,
with
you
a clutch
ease in on it.
You can load a clutch and slip a clutch, but
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes more sense then. You can kind of dial it in a little bit more for like hard enduro and trails by toning that power down.
Yeah. So I did some hard enduro, and now my hard enduro mode's kind of like you can change on the fly the modes. So I have one at like 30 horsepower for slippery, and then I have one at like 40 horsepower for like just fast flowy trails. And then like when I really want to like just rip on it, I just click it up to 56. So I like just one button on my thumb, I can click it and like change it in a second.
The future is
It's
here.
pretty sick.
Cool.
It's pretty sick, actually.
The future is here.
It's pretty fun.
Tristan and I have kind of talked about this a bit. I think Ross too. Like, if they can figure out a pretty cool, that bike you rode a couple years ago that had the clutch on it.
Yeah.
I say that in parentheses because it was like a computer programmed clutch essentially.
Yep.
If they could figure that out in a range of like comfortably 40 to 50 miles, I think. Because the hills are what kills electric right now,
Yeah.
up and down and all that terrain. I would totally consider if they figured out a bike specifically for hard enduro that was electric, I think it'd be sick.
I mean, it's coming. Like Stark's working on it.
They got,
sure.
I mean, for sure.
It's
That's the
coming.
next
It's coming for
generation.
sure. It's definitely gonna happen.
How's the off throttle on it? Like when you're ripping it, and then you let off, is it like, you know, instantly like?
So you can
electronically
change
braking?
that too.
Yeah.
So you can change. It's the engine braking regen. So I turned that up to 90%, so almost 100%, and it like kind of feels like a really low geared like 350 or 450.
Yeah.
But some guys that I have been riding with and they try it, they do 0 engine braking. But when I do it like that, I'm just blowing corners and I like can't work the brakes good enough because you go so fast and you can't really tell how fast you're going sometimes because you don't know what gear you're in.
Yeah.
Like
It's
on a moto,
at
yeah, it's
that
just all
point.
by feel
Yeah.
and like by the wind. So sometimes you come in a little too hot and you don't even
That's
know.
so wild of
Dude,
a
it's weird.
statement.
It's really weird.
Judge things off the wind now.
Yeah. And even just like the things you hear, like when you're riding on like loose rock, so many rocks hit the skid plate and like hit the linkage and stuff, and it's just like ping, 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 like rocks flying everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it almost feels like when you're riding woods, it's like you're more in tune with the nature. It feels like because
Yeah,
it's
I
just
can
like
see that.
it feels like you're just like in the elements. You can just hear everything.
Yeah.
It's a
But it's weird,
spiritual ride.
dude. It's a spiritual
Soul
ride.
searching.
It's soul searching. I was actually freaking out because we were riding out in Canada and there was some black bear in the area.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
I'm like, if I pull up on a black bear, like,
Yeah.
what do I do? Like, I can't rev to scare it.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like, I was
Yeah.
kind of scared.
Panic revving, you loop out in front of the
Yeah.
black bear.
Well, like, I don't know. Like, I didn't want to like go too fast because it can't hear me either.
Right.
Like, so I
Right.
didn't want to
Yeah.
just like blast through these trees and run into one or like.
I've
it's-
had that happen on a Sur of moose.
Yeah.
Come around a corner
Dude,
and moose don't
so
hear you
scary.
coming
Well-
and just lock up the brakes.
Yeah,
and,
they don't even hear you.
Yeah.
You know,
Even when it still happens on dirt bikes too.
yeah, it just
Like,
happened to him
yeah.
last
Yeah.
week.
I almost
Yeah.
died.
He almost hit a
Literally.
calf.
Not by a moose, but by a heart attack. I was so scared.
And by the moose.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he
I
would have
almost
fallen off,
got
he would have got trampled.
Because the calf was in front of me. Because like the calf came down on the trail. I
Yeah.
don't think I've told you this.
No.
And the mom like came down right next to me, like directly parallel. And I'm like trying not to run over the calf, but also not trying to get run over by the mom. And I just didn't know what to do. So I just like stayed on the calf and
I guess he
Hope for the
screamed, he
best.
said.
oh yeah, I like yelled at the top of my lungs because I was so scared.
Dude, when you're in the wilderness on a dirt bike, you feel pretty big. But then like when a moose comes up on you,
Yeah.
it's like you can't even see over its back.
No.
It's so scary.
Especially when
they're
it's
so
right
big.
next to you.
If you
And-
hit one, you get clothesline.
Yeah.
Like, what is the height on one of those things even? They're huge.
Taller than
They
me.
get 8, 9
That's got to be
feet,
the
yeah.
tallest. Is that the tallest animal in like in North America?
We sound like, no, buffalo.
I don't know.
The buffalo is.
A buffalo's taller
Yeah.
than a
Sorry, a bison, technically.
bison.
A buffalo is for the
Dang.
descendant of a water buffalo.
See?
The
This
bison is the North American version of a buffalo.
I
I'm
told you we should have
serious.
busted out the trivia for this.
Dude. Oh.
Commonly
God.
mistaken, buffalo and
Yeah.
bison. Don't
But-
screw it up.
The thing about animals versus us on bikes is they can have their head full lock behind them and run and not trip. If I look behind me on a bike, I'm going down hard.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And into a tree probably.
Yeah. And then get run over by a moose.
Yeah, double whammy. Yeah, there's some downsides to the electric bike game for
Yeah.
sure. But I wanted to backtrack on that though. I can't remember if this had happened last time you were here yet, but you took the championship, correct me if I'm getting this wrong, for the first ever AMA electric series.
Yeah. Well, it was the first AMA National E-Bike Championship.
Yeah. So first ever
Tennessee Knockout.
And you won it.
Yeah.
So if you go back in the AMA record books, as electric evolves, you're the first one.
I'm the first one to have an electric championship in
an
North
AMA
America.
sanctioned event. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is super
That's
sick.
Hall of Fame status.
Yeah, I know.
Hall of Famer.
It might take like 30 years for him to
Yeah,
hit
it's
the
gonna
credit,
take 30
but
years.
yeah. Eventually though, once electric starts taking
One day
over.
I'll be like 70 just with a walker.
Back in my day.
Kids, they couldn't handle the Stark I rode back in the day. Kids will be riding like 400 horsepower e-bikes by then.
We should go take a bunch of photos and put them out there black and white just to like mess with them a little bit.
Yeah, let them know.
Yeah.
Just let them
We'll
know.
put together his Hall of Fame thing with like the big photo board and they're
Yeah.
all black and white
All
photos.
black and white. Add 100% grain to the photos.
Just shoot it on film.
Well, 60 megapixel photo. It's all black and white.
How do you think that thing would do if you threw a big long rear swing arm on it for hill climbing? Has anybody done that?
No, nobody's done it yet, but some dude said he was gonna make me extensions, so I don't know.
That seems
What
like
the
the only way to
ETA is
manage the
on.
power on that thing, huh?
I don't even think it would manage the power. I think it would still wheelie.
Yeah.
It's just like it's too much. It's just way too much horsepower.
You say that, and then you just rode a like X hundred amount, like 300 horsepower methanol
Yeah.
injected.
But it's different though.
Motorcycle
It's
up a
still
hill.
different. It has that clutch, and it's like it's not instant power like
Yeah.
e-bike. Dude, wait till you see it today. When you see it ride, the roost, it throws roost like 40 feet, and you don't know because it's super. You'll notice today. Like I'll just be cruising, and you'll like see me, and then you'll look up, and you'll just get a face full of dirt, and you won't even know why. And I'll just be like way down the trail. It's so weird. It's super weird. It is weird.
Yeah, I wonder what the future is of it. Everybody
Yeah.
talks about it. Rumors this, rumors that.
It's not going to take over, but it's going to be its own thing.
Yeah.
And it already is. It already is its own thing, but it's just going to keep getting bigger.
I think they'll allow them in Supercross. Because when you said you can limit the power, if they matched the power to the same as a 450, like dead on, would it be fair? What was it?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
It's not a horsepower limit for Supercross, isn't it? Just displacement.
Well, yeah, the displacement.
Well, that limits the horsepower.
Yeah,
at
like
the
a
same time.
450.
Well,
a 450 is like 60 horse or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
So like
what
if
I'm
you're
saying.
lining
So
up
if
on
you
like
match the horse,
but
Right.
like nobody's gonna line up and race a Supercross on 80 horsepower. It's not possible. Like that's not even possible.
yeah,
Like it's just too fast.
yeah. So you tone it down to like 60% though, or whatever. And
Yeah.
you think, I wonder if they'll.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were to be in Supercross, they'd definitely build a controller.
I think it'd have to be its own
for-
class.
Yeah, for that. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
it'd be wild to see. Imagine going to a stadium and all you hear is people talking. There's a race
Dude.
going on.
The best part about going to Supercross races is the noise and the smell.
Also,
Yeah.
hot take. Tristan thinks 4-strokes sound better than 2-strokes, which is like fighting words, I think, for the vast majority of people.
Oh man, I don't know. I ride both. So
No, but like a
a
classic.
2-stroke like rung out is a pretty nice.
Yeah.
I think older 2-strokes sound better than newer 2-strokes, but also I just have a missing link in my bike world where I need to have that 4-stroke race bike sound. I love it.
Yeah,
Like your 350 that you were riding last
it's
year.
pretty sick when it's barking.
I love that.
Yeah,
300 though, with a little FMF setup on it.
it's
and
true. And hill
when
climbing,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of lower 2-stroke.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like it.
No, it's
I'm just saying
I'm just saying that slaughters a 4-stroke.
No, it doesn't. I just have a lot of respect for the 4-stroke sound.
I think honestly, my favorite sound is I was just at a Loretta Lynn's qualifier.
He's like, I love the sound of chains and shit hitting
Yeah.
the frame.
Yeah.
Electric,
Rocks.
man. I love it.
Yep.
If you've never been to like an amateur moto race and heard like the super mini class start, that might be the sickest thing ever.
Yeah.
And like an 85 rung out is
Yeah.
so sick. It's just like
Running on race gas. And
yeah, race gas. It's just like
To the wood.
so sick, and they're just wide open everywhere.
I could understand that. I suppose
It was
that.
pretty nice. But
Yeah.
and then the same thing at Supercross when they're all like when the gate's about to drop and like the energy of the bikes is crazy. It's so I love that.
It's like a swarm of mosquitoes all in a line.
Yeah,
No, that's in 2 strokes. Is a swarm of
what did you say?
mosquitoes.
just the Supercross when like the bikes are just about to gates about to drop.
It's like a swarm of bees on the line.
It's a hot take. I feel like that's a topic that people would like
Yeah.
straight up bully you for on the internet.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Two
you might
stroke
get
versus
canceled.
There's too many old guys out there that like
This
two
might be.
strokes.
Remember, I said 3 times he's becoming a consistent face. This
Yeah.
might be the last time in the podcast for
Yeah.
Tristan.
Maybe. I'll go hang out with the 4-stroke guys.
Like 2 people.
Yeah, there's not many.
Hey, man.
But hats off to the guys that race 4 strokes at like Silver Mountain and Hard Enduros.
Yeah, it's hard.
There's.
hard.
I went through the lineup for fun. The roster for racers is on their website now, and I sorted it by manufacturer, so you can change the tab. And there's like 6 Yamahas on there, which I imagine a couple of are maybe 250Xs and stuff, but I bet those are like FXs. And then if you go under Cowie, there's like 4. There's like 10 4-strokes on the list,
Yeah, that's sick.
which is rough.
There's a 4-stroke class in the AMA.
for Hard
Hard
Enduro?
Enduros, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
It's like extra punishment, or
I don't know. I just guys that want to do top ends a little sooner than
love checking valves.
Yeah.
I just can't get enough.
they just
valves.
love to check their valves.
Spenny, how are you feeling coming? Let's see. You broke your leg,
Broke my ankle.
How long ago?
I think it's about 2 months now.
And you're still riding because you're a maniac.
I didn't actually really stop riding, honestly, which is bad. I didn't do it on purpose. It was by accident, but
I had to yell at you a couple times.
dude,
He's like-
Tristan got mad.
3 weeks post ankle break, and he's riding a bike. I'm like, if you miss Silver Kings, I'm going to be genuinely upset.
Yeah.
Dude, it was, and my first ride back too, I had such a scare. I hadn't rode the Stark in a while, and it was just one of those times where it had too much power for me, and I tried to seat bounce a jump and wheel spun and went a little sideways off of it, and it was like landed with my foot out. The bad one too, landed with my foot out, but I didn't like pinch it the way I broke it. I extended it the opposite way, so it hurt a lot, but it didn't. I was scared. Honestly, I was really scared.
You can't stop an adrenaline junkie.
You can yell at him, though.
Yeah. What I was getting at is you've kind of taken a year off of Hard Enduro. I mean, you raced.
Yeah,
Did you race TKO last year?
I did TK last time I raced Hard Enduro was.
Well, no, you raced
Outliers.
Outliers. Yeah, I saw you there. You
So,
raced
but that was like August.
And then the year before that, you raced the whole Hard
The
Enduro
whole series, yeah.
So I think now on the social front, guys have kind of, your following's like quadrupled and figured out you kind of do a little bit of everything. But your initial side was definitely like Hard Enduro fans.
Hard Enduro and Endurocross for sure. Yeah.
So now you're coming back for the first time in really, I mean, a year essentially. But
yeah, it's a year.
Silver Mountain's your comeback pro Hard Enduro debut of the season, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
How are we feeling about it?
We got 0 days training. I'm gonna be honest. So, but I don't know. I'm stoked. I haven't rode any Hard Enduro this year. I don't think.
We're about 2 weeks away from the race as of the time of this being
But the
recorded.
last time I rode trials, I had Will Reardon on some lines, and I had Tristan Hart on some lines too.
Ooh,
so
okay.
But I don't know. When you're on the 300 and
Yeah.
you're out there for 4 hours, it's a little bit
What's the
different.
hardest part of it for you? Is it the cardio side, just the like managing
I think-
energy, or is it?
Yeah, just managing the energy. And like, I haven't done those like 4 or 5 hour seat time days yet. So like, I'm definitely not going to be able to run that race pace like for the first 2 hours. I feel like I know I can finish the race because I know how to like monitor my energy, but I'm not going to be able to like rip at the start like the rest of the dudes because they're all like acclimated to that, and I haven't really done that yet.
Yeah. Slow and steady wins the race at that one.
Yeah, but those
But
guys,
it doesn't actually.
it doesn't actually.
Not in
though.
pro class.
Not in the pro class. Those guys is like slow and steady is like third gear. My slow and steady is like first gear.
Okay, we can relate on that. Yeah.
Yeah, but on the like next tier down.
Yeah, the next tier down.
Yeah,
Lower
yeah.
tiers.
No, I'm stoked for you though, because I've been missing watching you in Hard Enduro. When the US Hard Enduro did that series, it was cool that they kind of made you one of the faces too. They interviewed you every single week, and I think that put a lot of personality to you because they kind of like you were always a guy making it like a little more real and relatable. All these other dudes were like game face on, which don't get me wrong, you still were, but you were the one kind of cracking jokes in those videos and smiling all the time, and I don't know, you brought a cool aspect to the sport.
Yeah, those guys they don't really know how to have fun. I'll show them how to have fun. That's good. No, they're cool. I think it's just like, I don't know, I just always have like a different look at it than, but that's why I'm not like a factory rider now probably, and they are.
Oh, come on.
You can argue with that though, that you might be having more fun.
I'm having more fun.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, they're having fun too, but different fun.
Yeah. But for the record, you are racing a 2-stroke for Hard Enduro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Had me fooled.
I did only have a KDX. I have no bikes now. Well, it's so weird. I walk into my garage. My lineup's insane. Like, I have the craziest lineup right now. I literally walk into my garage and I have a 1974 Suzuki RV90. And then I have a Gas Trials bike, a 2001 KDX 220, and then a 2024 Stark. Like, so
Hard Enduro bikes.
No bikes. Like, I used to have like a moto bike, an endurocross bike, like a 300, and I could just like ride anything.
Yeah.
And now it's just like what am I gonna ride? Like, I just don't know what to ride anymore.
Now he just puts a different wheel on his Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get for continuously breaking yourself.
I think it was that year you took racing e-bikes, but that was sick though. I mean, you're going to continue to do that, but you got to travel the world for that.
Yeah, it was insane.
You got to see some super cool places.
Yeah, it was insane.
Should we have Matt Spears jump in on a call in here?
Yeah, hit him with the call in.
Matt Spears, you're on the podcast.
David, hey,
You're currently
riding or what?
you're currently on the podcast with Spenser and Tristan right now.
Oh my gosh, I called at the wrong time.
We're just talking about Silver Kings on the podcast, and you're held up to the mic right now.
Wow, Silver Kings.
He's like, what is...
the best race ever.
There you go. Good plug. What else? Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna ride after we finish this podcast up. What time are you thinking?
Well, dude, my bike's plugged in, it's charging. It's almost
Gosh, there's a theme
That's
here.
my style. That's my guy right there.
Is Spencer's charged up?
We should have a
is.
bet. We should have a dinner bet. If the Start guys win, then the
you're
gas
for
guys got to buy
sure
us dinner.
win.
I'm
Two
betting-
pro class guys?
I'm betting on the Starks.
We're going to get destroyed. These Starks are the hardest bikes to ride off-road.
What do you have for a tire on yours?
A bald tire, because I've been doing burnouts on the...
Yeah, burnouts, dude. I've been doing way too many burnouts on my Start. Every time I get on it, I just ride it down the street. Burnout. Rolling burnouts everywhere.
Yeah, I let people ride it and they just roast the tire on the pavement.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a fresh 18 with a moose bib on the rear right now, gummy.
Yeah, I'm looking to get into it today. I want to do some sled I want to do some sled flips.
Whoa, I'll probably have to bring a pulley system for me then.
I'm looking to get into it big time today. I haven't had a big one yet this year, and I'm looking to get into it.
Have a big loop out?
Just anything. Big crashes, big hills,
No.
big rocks.
Big ups? All right, well, hey guys.
We'll shoot for 4:30 at the parking lot.
Okay, see ya.
But that was a nice cameo.
Yeah. Are we going to be able to make it by... What'd you say?
4:30. It's 3 o'clock.
We're loaded, ready to go.
25 minutes into this.
Good.
We just cut the podcast short.
Yeah.
We want to go ride.
And we're going riding.
And yeah, catch us next time. See everybody next time.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about before Matt called?
Don't remember.
I feel like we were on. Oh, you're to travel in the world.
Oh, yeah,
You've
travel
been
in the
all
world.
over the place, dude. And like, you've seen more than most people do in a lifetime. in
And
one
riding
year.
too.
Riding
Riding
motorcycle.
everywhere,
Yeah.
which is cool.
What was the sickest location you've been to in the last 12 months?
I mean, I got to go to Italy and jump over an electric Formula One car. So that was pretty
That landed
weird.
you in Forbes magazine.
That was pretty weird and insane.
Yeah.
But it was
That was
sick.
pretty cool.
That was cool.
How does a call like that go? Like what was your thought process when somebody pitched this to you?
They were just like, hey, like we want to go to this Formula E race. And like, then they're like, what could you do? And I was like, well, let's jump a car. And they're like, you could jump a car? And I'm like, easily. Like, wouldn't be that bad. So yeah, we went down there and set up a little ramp, jumped a
Wasn't your foot broken?
Yeah, so that was when my foot was broken and I didn't want to miss it, but I didn't know.
Flat.
I didn't know either. Like I hurt my ankle and I knew it was hurt, and then I went to the doctor, they x-rayed it and they said it was sprained. So I was like, damn, this thing hurts a lot for a sprain. So, but I was like, oh, okay, it's just a sprain, like it's not that bad. So I fly all the way to Italy in an air cast with crutches, and I'm like, stressing.
The talent's here. He walks into crutches.
literally, they're like, is your guy going to be good to ride? Like, he just showed up on crutches. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I knew I had to do it because I knew it was going to be so sick just for the photo. So I, like, almost in tears putting my boots on because my ankle hurt so bad. Dude. And I'm like, it's just a sprain. It's just a sprain. I'm, like, trying to get my boot on, get into the boots, whatever, do the jump, and then I was jumping and landing one-footed just on the foot peg. And then I, like, go back to the hotel, and my ankles are just killing me. And I'm like, damn, this thing is, like, still 2 weeks later, still hurting. And I'm like, all right. So and then I fly home. Like, by the way, you don't want to travel with a broken ankle because you have to walk everywhere. In Europe, there's not really, like, I don't think there's Uber really in Italy. Yeah. Like, so we were trained, like
a 12-hour flight sitting in a tiny seat.
A 12-hour flight sitting in a tiny seat, and then, like, trains, buses, walking, like, an insane amount of walking. Like, you just walk everywhere in Europe. And then, got home. I was so over it because I just had walked, like, so far. My ankle was killing me, and then I was like, I need to get another x-ray. So I got another one, and then they're like, yeah, your ankle's broken. But by that time, I already self-diagnosed myself out of the air cast. So I actually walked into, like, I got an x-ray and I walked into the surgeon's office with no air cast on. And he's like, whoa, like, what are you doing? And I was like, just getting my x-ray results. And he's like, you have a broken ankle. Like, we might need to do surgery on it today. And I'm just like, are you sure? Like, are you sure it's broken? Like, I'm walking, like.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like, we just got the x-rays. So then they call some other surgeons, and I figured out I, like, broke my talus, which is the bone on the top of your foot that holds your, like, foot on pretty much. So it's like, I guess it's a bad one to break because if it gets out of alignment, then you lose all your mobility on your ankle because you can't bend your foot back and forth. So it was super weird. It was healing straight already because I had it healing for 2 weeks. So I was healing straight, and then the doctor was like, all right, like, we can't re-break it and then do surgery. So they just put me back in the air cast, and I actually just chilled for, like, 3 weeks, and then I started riding again. But now this is, like, 2 weeks in, and it's not the bone that's killing me, but it's the ligament because I tore the ligament too. So it's just, like, the ligament's killing me now, and now I'm just...
Dude,
it sucks. Like, I haven't had any big impacts yet, but I'm a little bit worried about the straight rhythm at Silver Kings
slamming into barriers.
We're gonna be like wheeling into logs and like slapping it. But
and your
I'm just gonna
really compressed.
Yeah, you can press it super hard, and it's hard because, like, to have, like, the proper riding technique, you need to, like, stand on, like, your balls of your feet and your toes. But I can't do that now because I just can't do it. It hurts too much.
Yeah.
So it's a learning progress for me.
What if you just don't race it for the sake of racing the rest of the weekend? Like,
no, I need to win that. I need to go and try to win that thing. That's, like, my only chance. That's, like, my only chance of doing something sick on the weekend.
That's your jam?
That's, like...
Well, with all that enduro cross experience.
Yeah.
Well, all the other guys are enduro cross riders too, but, like, I'm not going to be able to hang with them for 5 hours. So that's my chance to try to, like, put it up there with the boys.
You going to run the 300 in that too?
I should ride the Stark in it, honestly.
Have you ridden that type of stuff on a Stark?
No, but I should. That'd be sick.
You should probably try it once before.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll lock it in.
You're going to need a skid plate over that linkage.
Me and Tristan got a big week of training next week. He's going to train me, so we'll be dialed.
Mm-hmm.
From what
I don't know what I'm going to teach him, but...
Oh, this Tristan. I thought you meant Hart.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, you're talking about this Tristan.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was looking at me when
Can
he
you
said
train
it.
us? We need the training.
No, you guys are good.
No.
I need to walk into silver like 100%.
You guys are trying to walk into silver and get grab a ride or something?
No,
Come over there with a ride? Come over there with a contract?
I don't care what place.
I just want to ride.
I just want to finish it.
You guys will finish.
We can hang out
With it
next
being
week, though.
laps this year, that tells me that there's some hard sections, but doable. Because if you
Yeah.
if they want you to run 3 laps, they're not going to make it where it's totally screwed and you can't get through.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
doing that timeline, 4 hours for 3 laps, which is for sure demanding laps then if they're allowing that much time. But
Yeah. I'd say a lap's probably going to take like an hour and a half for like,
amateur class stuff.
yeah. Maybe 2 hours for amateurs.
Yeah.
I could see some AMs getting 2 laps in,
Yeah.
but I have no clue though.
I'm just making this
I don't
up.
either.
I'm just making this up, honestly.
Educated guess.
Well, have they ran like that at other races you've done?
Yeah, they've ran them like that before, but who knows? I mean, it could be really hard.
Historically, is it pretty tricky or?
I mean, historically, I think it's normally they've definitely said 4 hours, and then Tristan just like rips 3 laps in like
Yeah.
2 hours, like way faster than the time.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, honestly.
I'm excited because I guess we're
If
two
they're
different
guessing
courses
laps,
and-
if they're guessing laps, I'm gonna guess it's not as hard.
yeah, I'm fine with that. I'd rather get a shot at compete.
Doesn't mean it's easy.
No,
Doesn't mean it's easy, but it's
No.
not as hard as it could be. But
No.
like, it still is gonna be like really, really hard.
the Talus fields suck at silver.
Yeah.
They're just if you lose momentum in those things,
Yep.
it's game over.
Man.
So much arm pump too.
Yeah.
So much arm pump in those things.
Oh, I'm gonna mix like a Coors Light in with my water pack, and I'm gonna grind up like 4 Advils in there and just be invincible. And then like a little bit of a hydration pack too,
Yeah.
maybe.
I'm
front pack.
probably not going to do that.
I am in a pack of PBJ though, my handlebar bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys should.
mid race snack.
You guys should.
I'm going to do literally whatever you tell me to do.
I got some secrets. I'm not gonna give them out online because there
No.
could be some
That's fair.
competitors listening right now.
I forget that there's like thousands of people that
Yeah.
listen to this. We can't just give out our secrets.
Can't give up.
That's
my
the
secrets.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
Spenser Wilton's top 5 Hard Enduro
Hard
secrets.
Enduro secrets.
Revealed, exposed.
If you want to win Silver Kings, click here.
yeah.
I mean,
true.
it's going to be hard, but maybe like not as hard. Like, what did I just pay for here?
I don't know.
Dude, we could come together and do a Spenser Wilton top 5 tips YouTube channel.
We could.
On what?
We'd have to
I
sell
don't
it.
know.
We'd have to sell it for a lot though.
Netflix?
Netflix,
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apple Music.
Apple Music.
No.
It's just audio.
It's just audio.
Are you an Apple Music guy?
No.
Okay.
Spotify for sure. Yeah.
Spotify.
Hannah's an Apple Music person, and
So
I
weird.
don't even know how to operate it.
Yeah, it's
No.
so weird.
Yeah.
I'm big on Apple products except for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the one Apple product that I
Yeah.
don't like.
Nobody,
Actually,
I don't know anybody besides Hannah that uses Apple Music.
No. It's usually the people without a case on their phone. They like go hand in hand.
Yeah.
They just like
She
got
has a
some.
case.
Yeah. But they have something to show off.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Spencer's the guy that would totally run a iPhone with no case.
no, I have a case.
I know you do, but you kind of don't want it. You don't
I
like
do
it.
want it. I want it.
You hate that thing.
I got a 15. I want to keep that thing fresh.
You got a smashed iPhone right now.
Yeah, they don't always work.
Yeah.
Went down on the old one wheel.
Yeah.
I was actually just thinking they should have like a one wheel class. They should have like
Where?
a one wheel obstacle course at Silver Kings.
The
You would-
parking lot.
Yeah.
Spencer, you're pretty good at hitting the drops on your one wheel.
No, those are curbs.
Yeah.
Dropping the curbs.
Have you seen those guys with the wheel, the one wheel, but it goes straight?
Oh yeah.
Where you stand side
Yeah.
by side.
Oh,
the dude that jumps
And
the
it just sends gaps on
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
he's just sending insane gaps.
It looks so weird.
I think
in the
Nitro
air.
Circus. He hit the Nitro Circus freestyle ramp.
It just
Yeah.
looks so bizarre in the air. It looks like when they used to. Do you ever see like they CGI out a bike or like remove a skateboard and somebody be jumping through the air? It looks
Yeah.
like that. Like,
It's weird. I don't get how he stays straight in the air.
I don't get any of it.
Like, how does he not like fall back or like fall forward? It just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get how he
don't know.
lands any of it either. Because isn't there?
Oh, he doesn't land all of it.
You'd think there'd be like some form of, I don't know, weird engine braking or something on it too. I'm sure they got it all shut off, but everything about it looks sketchy.
He crashes hard.
Yeah, I've seen some gnarly
Some
slams.
huge
Yeah.
crashes.
That thing looks heavy too.
Shout out that guy, man. He's ripping. That dude's ripping, whatever his name is.
I'm surprised. He must have to squeeze it between his
That's
feet
what I'm thinking too.
to like not have it fall out from
I
underneath.
think there's actually some hooks that go over top of his toes.
Oh, cool. Hooks.
yeah.
Just strap
Dude,
into
He's like
this
strapped
death
into
trap.
it. I think he's actually strapped into
That's
it. kinda.
terrible. I'd maybe consider like ski boots, how you clip in, but then like you can bust out of it.
Yeah.
But I would never hook my feet on that.
No.
Not a
hard
chance.
pass. I see that as Spenny's future. That's his next endeavor.
Dude, honestly, I should think about getting one of
That
those.
sounds like a lot of broken ankles.
Yeah.
no shit.
My ankles are down bad
Yeah.
now too.
Just gonna get titanium ankles and switch careers.
Mod
Yeah.
parts.
I'm not as
Aftermarket
young
mod
as I
parts.
used to be.
What are you now? 26?
25.
25.
Halfway to 50.
When's the, God, I hate when people put it like that. When's the birthday?
August.
Okay. Yeah, almost 26.
It's the 18th.
It's pretty close.
Just solid, just straight guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's hard. The older I get, the more injured you get, the slower you get.
I keep telling Tristan that. He's taking it. Live it up all you can, but holy crap, man.
Yeah, I'm not taking it for granted. I'm just not there yet.
You get grief no matter what age you are. I feel like when I was 20, my buddies that were 25 were like, you just wait. And then when I was 25, my buddies that were 30 are like, you don't know anything yet. And now even when you're 30, it's like the guys that are 40 are like, oh, whatever. But 30 was the flip of a switch. Like, I swear the day I woke up on my 30th birthday, I was like, oh, that's a new pain. It was like that instantly. I have had more aches and creaks and pain.
I think that's just being in action sports, though.
Oh, that's for sure amplified it.
I can't remember a morning where I woke up and like haven't had something sore.
I'd like to know an interesting study of like, we're just used to it, right?
Yeah, we're used to it.
But what age bracket are we comparable to? Like, are we like your average 55-year-old man right now?
Yeah.
Dude, for sure.
Like, I don't know how you would
For sure.
like medically figure that all out, but it'd be such an interesting
Like
study.
the wear and tear on the body.
Yeah.
But your pain tolerance is higher. You know, you're just used to
yeah,
it.
you're used to it.
You'd have to compare yourself to like an in shape 50-year-old.
Yeah.
Because I think the average would be too far gone.
Like, if you like transferred bodies with like your average 30-year-old person, would they just like collapse in mind? Like, they'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you're dealing with this and you just are used to it now?
I don't know.
It'd just be interesting. I don't know
I'm
how
rough
you
right now.
I don't know how you do that study, but I've always wondered if you did some of these top athletes that have broken a bajillion things, you know, where do they fall in the aging process technically
I
as
don't
far
know.
as
I don't know. Could go both ways.
like Pastrana's like a 90-year-old guy.
No, he's
he's basically
past that.
dead.
Yeah, he's pretty much dead.
I just
just
saw
gnarly.
him in person for the first time in my life, like at Nitro Cross. And
What'd you think?
well,
How'd he look?
I saw him walk.
Dude,
Dude, he can't walk at
and
all.
I was like, wow.
he tries to around the fans, but then you
Yeah.
like see him go around a corner. He's like, like
But
collapsing.
I only like have ever seen him on TV where, you know, it's like he's doing all these flips and stuff, but in person, that was interesting to see.
I don't even think he's 40 yet. I think he's like 38.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's broken every bone in his body, he said.
Right. And we just learned last night that there's 240 something bones in your body.
206.
I think it's 246.
246 bones in the body.
But I think Pastrana's broken every single one.
That's a lot of bones.
That's so many bones.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude, how do you break all of
I
them?
don't know. When you just explode your left side, you probably take out like 14 of them at once.
Yeah.
And you're counting like
Imagine,
little fractures
He
and
shattered his ankles, both of them. That's like every bone.
yeah,
right
there's
there.
like
Yeah.
14 bones in there.
Yeah. I feel like now he's turning more into like jackass style stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's not even like
It's like
stuff
it's getting
that-
more dangerous.
Yeah, it's getting more dangerous.
Right.
They're getting worse. It's like not just like let's just do a triple backflip, which is like skill and like gnarly, but like now he's like let's just go for the world
Yeah.
world record jet ski jump. Like
What did he say was his last thing? Was it when he did I can't remember what the rotation was. What is it? Was he wheelie to front flip off
Oh,
that
yeah,
thing?
wheelie to
Or
front
was
flip.
it the other way around? Was it nose manual to whatever it was up on that little tabletop thing?
I think it was wheelie to backflip.
Yeah, that's what it was. He said that was like his last thing, and then he did
Yeah.
like 10 more things.
Yeah.
It's every now and then you'll see him be trying something and you can tell, or like he'll tell you like, yeah, like this trick's not for me.
Yeah.
And then, but he doesn't stop there. He invites the people over and he teaches them. He's like, okay, I can't do this, but I know you can.
Yeah.
And I watched a couple of those like mini docs and those are rad.
He needs to bring you out.
Yeah.
you could do some stuff out
Yeah,
there.
on a Stark.
Did you see when he did his Gymkhana thing and he jumped out of the building and did the parachute? He did the base jump out in the intro, I think of it. He base jumps off the building. He lands. I think he broke his pelvis.
Oh, but he still
did the filmed
Yeah.
it. And he's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
He's like pissing blood and like driving this car to the absolute limit and just wanted to finish the shoot up. I was like, you are an animal, man. But he knows what bones he breaks. He's done it
That's
so many
crazy.
times. He's like, nah, pelvis. Yep, it's done.
Dude, him and his doctors must be homies.
He must have a hell of an insurance plan.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Blue Cross.
I wonder what his deductible is. This is a snowmobile podcast too. We didn't get you out on the snow this year.
Dude, I was bummed. Just the saucer, just the flying saucer is all I rode.
You took a real liking to it last year.
Dude, I wanted to get back out.
Who's your favorite sledder?
Man, like filmer sledder or just sledder or
No,
like
dude.
freestyle sledder?
Speak from the heart on this one. Who's your favorite sledder? I know who it is.
Probably
You're
Like-
supposed to say David McKinney.
my favorite sledder to watch is probably Jay,
Yeah.
but my favorite sledder to hang out with is David.
Yes. I remember when I first started hearing you talk about sledding, you were trying to get David to sign you a sled. David-
Sign me a sled, bro.
'Cause Didn't you ask him for like, I don't know, plastic off the bike or a jersey?
Yeah,
like,
he's
to
asking
hang
for
in the
plastics,
shop.
yeah.
And Spencer's counter offer was, David, just like, you have like
Sign me a side
4
panel.
sleds. Just sign me a sled.
And he was like, I'm going to keep asking him to
Yeah.
sign different parts to like
Yeah.
put together a whole
Yeah.
sled.
Johnny Cash over here.
Sign me a tunnel. Sign me a motor. Sign me
That
a...
would be nice.
The only guy with the Pro Ride Axis Matrix over here.
Yeah, I could do some damage on one of those things.
You were getting it last year. Last year you did, like by last year, I mean, not this previous season, but the one prior. You did Turcotte's Clinic, and I was blown away after 2 days on a sled.
Yeah.
That you were
Like 1.5.
getting the feel of like just a wheelied out re-entry, and which is insane, dude. I don't think you understand how nuts that is.
I just didn't really know what I was doing, honestly.
I know, but that progression does not happen for 99% of the snowmobile community.
Yeah.
People are
Athlete
getting into it.
status.
It was kind of crazy too because it was an advanced course, and I think I was the only guy that didn't get stuck. Everybody was getting buried. I didn't even understand it. Like they just didn't understand like the throttle control. I don't think.
That comes from your hard enduro side of things.
I think so.
Sitting on hillsides and
I
feeling
think so.
traction out,
Yeah.
knowing when you're getting.
Dude, these guys would just like, I was watching him and I'm like, oh my God, he's going to get buried. And then you just go, wah, and then it would just drop all the way down. And I'm like, are these guys for real right now? Like, I didn't get stuck once and they were just getting buried. It was kind of crazy.
That's got to be, hard enduro and super techy stuff and knowing when the tire's slipping and
Yeah.
like there's no point in giving more throttle. This isn't
Yeah.
helping me.
Yeah.
Spencer's riding the
It's like
brake
more is
it's
like
a clutch.
less. More throttles less sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
No, less throttles more.
Yeah, there you go.
But also
float
the
like a
also
butterfly.
way, the opposite way too. Like,
yeah. It can go two ways. You can either
Yeah.
blip and get on top of the snow, or if you're gonna pin it, you gotta like be ready to wheelie it
Yeah,
out
and pin it
and
and-
pop up and out.
That's
bunny
what
hop it
I had
out.
a couple of those, and I was like, Brett was just like, he's like, you need to be a little more aggressive because I like
Mm-hmm.
was getting stuck because I wasn't being aggressive enough, and then I didn't realize you could just like actually hold it like wide open, and it would like dig you out sometimes,
Yeah.
which was so sick.
It's wild how much the technology and I mean it's a combination of things, gearing, clutching, but tracks too now.
Yeah,
Because I remember 10 years ago, every track was super heavy, not much technology in it, and now they literally designed to pop you up onto the snow.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I've ridden enough now to understand the difference in tracks, and it's so cool riding tracks that people are like, okay, this is a really good power track, this is a really good springtime track, and feeling how they actually work.
yeah.
It's like, who would have thought this giant chunk of rubber can have so much tech in it and actually work?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
The thing that I thought was
Dirt bike tires the same
The
way,
thing that I was
Yeah.
good at was getting unstuck without like having to get pulled, which is like
great thing to learn.
yeah, like on a side hill. A couple times I had it where I just dug down on the side hills, but then I learned that you could like turn the bars the opposite way of the hill and like push the sled downhill, and it
Yep.
would like chew its way
Pin it
out and down.
Yep.
And like the other guys in the class couldn't figure that out because they just didn't like understand. Like I don't know, it's just like I just knew that from moto. I was like, oh, maybe I could just like like Brett didn't even show me. I just learned it on my own. I just somehow like figured it out, and then I was like, oh, like that's how you do that. Like I saw you guys do it, but then I actually did it, and I was like, oh, like that's how they were doing it. Like they were turning down and then like pushing the
so
sled
much energy.
and like kind of going and like shaking the sled, and then it would just chew out, which is super cool.
It's cool when you do that stuff in real life and it clicks in your mind.
Yeah.
Like you're doing it and you're like, you feel it, and all of a sudden, boom, it's in your memory. Like, that's how I do that.
Yeah. Like something as simple or as dumb as getting unstuck. There's so many techniques that conserve so much energy on a sled.
Yeah.
And once you figure them out and you see how it works, you're like, wow, that is like stupidly obvious.
Yeah.
But why did I not get it until somebody either showed me or I did it myself?
Yeah. And that's one of those things that'll make your day better.
Oh, yeah.
Because
same with hard enduro, too, though. Like, I'm just like, when you get to a point that you get so efficient that like it's like not even as hard.
Oh, for sure.
So a lot of it, it's like
Just
the same thing.
enduro.
It just becomes enduro. Yeah, it just becomes enduro. No, it's still hard, but it's just like you get more efficient. Like the more you do it, you just learn little like ways to make everything easier and be faster.
It's cool when you ride the same trail, you know, a couple years in a row, or like even just like in the same year, and you see how much faster you can get through it, and you can see, you know, how much less energy you're using, what you're not picking your bike up over anymore. You're just riding over it.
We've used that example a ton. I mean, sledding, things that I always love having those adrenaline pumping moments where you can like feel your heartbeat in your head almost, because you're just like so focused but terrified at the same time. And you come back and do the same thing 3 years later. You didn't even think twice on it now. Like having those oh shit moments just push where your comfort level is year after year.
I get that on the bike for sure.
I bet
like
you get on the
hopping
Stark.
logs and stuff. Yeah. Like bunny hopping logs and stuff. It's just like I used to be so scared, and I thought I would hit it and just go over the bars, and now I just like bunny hop every single log I see.
I'm at the first part there, what you said.
Yeah.
Totally. I constantly foot dab. I'm so scared to keep both feet on.
So I think snowmobiling's harder, honestly. I rode a snowmobile and I literally could barely get up the trail, and I was like,
Yeah, I remember that. That was
how
hilarious.
the hell do you guys ride these things? Like it was just so unbalanced.
Yeah.
Like it's balanced, but it's not. It's like it's tippy three-wheeler. It's so weird.
And sometimes snowmobiles don't turn.
Yeah, they don't turn. They're so weird.
Usually dirt bikes turn.
Dirt bikes always turn.
True.
Unless you're full locked going down.
Yeah.
I think it's just super hard. Depends on which sport you start first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both play roles into each other, but they both fight each other to learn one or the other.
And we're also not good with levels of our sports. I feel like
We just skip so
we
much.
just like go right into it,
Yeah.
you know. Whereas if someone's getting into sledding, they're not going to go where we go right away.
Yeah.
Or if someone's getting in a dirt bike and they're not going to start with hard enduro.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's why I love riding with like guys like Spenser, because in the sled world, all I did was start riding with guys that were 10 times better than me. You can learn so much from them.
Yeah.
And get forced to, you're like, oh, we got to go here. So you got to figure it out. And we got quite a few local guys that are good bike riders. And I love that. Just, I'll figure it out eventually and get there. But having that guy that's that much further ahead of you is a good person to like chase and push yourself.
that's actually why you're here today.
Yeah. It's the only reason you're here. You're here to benefit us for silver.
I'll put you in.
Thanks.
We're going to get put in tonight. All of us.
man.
Even me too.
Yeah.
I told you I want to
I know.
do some bike flips tonight.
Let's do it.
I know a spot for sure.
Put us in it. Drop us in.
The wall, the root wall.
Drop us in.
Mm-hmm. Dump
Root wall.
that fictitious clutch and just.
I'm
send
scared
it
I
up
might
there.
not be able to make it out now.
Oh my gosh. I love how Spenser has enough skill and confidence in himself where he can like lead us on and still know he's going to be okay.
Yeah. It's called being a troll.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Like, I might not be able to make it out.
I see
You
your
guys don't
fingers crossed under
understand.
that
You guys don't
table.
understand what I'm riding here.
Dude, do you know who you are? You're going to be fine.
These are uncharted areas that we're going.
You'll be good.
If people are watching, I've yawned probably every 5 minutes for the last like 20 minutes.
His adrenaline's wearing off over there.
Yeah.
See,
All right.
He just did it again.
What?
He's trying to fake us out. He's not tired. He's just conserving the energy.
No, I'm not. I'm tired.
Yes, you are. He's like,
I'm tired.
man, I'm tired of doing this podcast. It's taking up 1% of my energy that I'm going to need later when I'm smashing these boys in the woods.
Oh, Spenser.
I'll be like, hey, yeah, guys, don't pack your waters. Don't bring your snacks. It's
Yeah.
going to be a quick 10-minute ride.
quick
We'll be
little
back.
burn.
Yeah, we're just going to go quick loop and we'll be back.
Fast forward. He's like, can I borrow your headlamp?
Yeah. I'm bringing my Coleman cooler.
Yeah. Bring your overnight bag. You might need
Yeah.
it tonight, buddy.
Only one's
You
going to
just-
need is you when the battery dies.
That'll be bad. That'll be bad. I better bring a set of hiking shoes just in case.
You guys are going to turn around and I'm just going to be like going home.
You guys won't even be able to hear me. I'll be like, because you won't hear my bike coming. You'll just be riding, and then you'll just turn around, and I'll be like way back on the trail, and I can't even like rev to let you guys know.
He's just aggressively clapping.
Battery's
like-
dead. He's back there
I
yelling and
can't-
clapping.
guys. I need like a whip. I need to bring a safety whistle in case I
Yeah.
get stuck under my bike. You guys won't be able to hear me.
A
Yeah.
little air horn, a little
Yeah.
camera.
We'll put a cowbell on you.
Yeah, that's actually good. I should get a cowbell.
Yeah.
Keep away the bears too.
Hook it to like the like a little dog bell on the
Yeah.
on the sprocket, so just ding 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 ding
Keeps
ding.
the bears away from you on the trail.
Yeah.
We're going to be like sitting out there waiting for him, and Matt's not going to know we put a bell on his bike. And Matt's going to go, is there cows on this trail?
And here comes a loose,
Yep.
wild Spenny.
Yep. No, you'll be up front. You know it.
Well, thanks for stopping by again, Spenny. Wish you nothing but luck and great success at Silver Kings.
You guys too.
Thank you. For those who aren't following Spenny, it is at
Spenser Wilton 17.
Spenser with an S.
Yep, two
I mean,
S's.
two S's, yeah. Obviously, Spencer starts with an S. Spenser Wilton 17 on the gram. We are going to be, what's 2 weeks from now?
Silver Kings.
Silver Kings. Might be,
We might try and do one there, maybe.
yeah. There'll be a podcast maybe shot at Silver Kings with everybody there. So tune in for that because we've been talking about that event a
That'd
lot.
be fun. That'd be super cool.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in getting under the mic with Ross, honestly.
Yeah.
I got some questions for him.
You
Yeah,
ain't going to
okay.
be yawning.
I won't be yawning, no.
Okay.
I'll try not to
Okay.
yawn.
We'll pack it up then. We'll bring it to Silver. I know we've been talking about it a bunch. I hope to see you guys there. Root on our boy Spenny here in Straight Rhythm on Thursday night.
Yep.
You won't hear me, but you'll see me.
Yeah. The Silent Assassin. And we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks if you're listening on Spotify and Apple. Appreciate the 5-star reviews. Those are sick. YouTube, leave us a comment. All 6 comments because everybody listens
Yep.
on Spotify and Apple.
Sorry.
Shout out to the new guy for kind of killing it.
Yeah.
Hey, I told you we were going to be
Held it
laughing.
down.
Yeah.
Held it down.
He was right. New guy's killing it.
Sorry for the no music this week.
Yeah, I know. We've had a busy week.
We didn't have time.
That's also why this is like 2 days late. So we're
Yeah.
trying, guys.
We
It's
also-
a small, tight-knit crew here.
I also didn't want to bore you with Spencer's music.
Yeah. It's just trending real sounds.
Yeah,
He-
it's like,
He showed up this week and he's like, boys, I'm ready for the podcast. Got my songs picked out.
yeah.
We listened to them.
Yep.
Not
Terrible.
picked out.
Terrible.
Bad.
Cool. All right, let's go ride dirt bikes.
Yep.
Thanks, boys.
Bye.
See ya.